I want to welcome everyone to today's webinar. The topic is Thrive. And I want to introduce really the founder and the intellectual tour de force behind the webinar and today's presentation, Andrew Frazier. Andrew is a business growth pro and CFO, as many of you know. He's the founder and CEO of Running Your Small Business Like a Pro. I've had the pleasure of working with Andrew for quite a few years now, both on the program and also doing joint work at clients. Andrew really has what it takes, really understands the challenges and issues that business owners face, and particularly today, with all of the things going on with COVID and the changes in the business environment. Andrew really is a wealth of knowledge and experience to help really guide business owners to their next step, right, and seeing them through these challenging times. And really what we're doing today with this webinar is focusing on really that word thrive. What is it going to take to thrive in these challenging times? It means a lot of different things to different people. But today, really what we have is a lot in store for you to learn and to contemplate and to chew on as you think about your business going forward. And hopefully that's what you'll get out of this webinar tonight. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Andrew.
Thank you for joining us. What I've been doing is each month, we've been doing a webinar for business owners, entrepreneurs, because right now is a critical time for a lot of businesses, and figuring out how to navigate in the current environment and figuring out really how to move forward with your business. So this is all about, for you as a business owner, as a prospective business owner, to help you learn some things that could be valuable in the short term as well as in the long term. Many of you know me, but not everyone. And also we're broadcasting live. Just want to do a quick introductory video. You came to the right place. My name is Andrew Frazier, outsourced CFO and owner of Small Business Like a Pro, where the more you know, the faster you grow. I've worked with over 500 entrepreneurs and business owners one-on-one and taught thousands of people about entrepreneurship and business over the years.
As an author, advisor, and small business thought leader, Andrew Frazier's expertise in business strategy and financial management has helped hundreds of organizations to grow revenue, increase profits, and obtain financing.
Excellent information, especially from Andrew.
Nobody should be defining success for you except for you. And your business, you're choosing to do this as a vehicle to create this level of success and the type of success that you want to have in your life.
He has trained and taught at universities, businesses, and other organizations.
It's incredibly informative, great information.
You know, Andrew breaks it down in a very understandable way, very complex information.
Many entrepreneurs find themselves getting stuck at a point where they can't figure out how to move their business forward. The reason for this is because when you have a business, your business can only go as far as you're prepared to take. As a business owner, that's the first question you should ask yourself. What is your most important job? What is the most important thing for you to do?
In his book, Running Your Small Business Like a Pro, Andrew outlines the critical path for business growth and the Small Business Pro methodology for continuing to improve your business.
Number one, growing your skills and as a business owner. Number two, growing the structure of your organization.
With technology at our fingertips, social media platforms at our fingertips, and growing your business is a lot easier now than it ever was before. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, there's more tools, more options. You can do a lot more as an individual. A lot of things you can do with that you could have never done before. Like
right.
A lot of people are self-publishing now. Previously, the cost to publish something was very high and you had to go through a publisher, just like in the music business. Mm-hmm. what types and sizes of businesses would benefit most from what we're doing here. What we have is activities and programs for businesses focused at $20 million and below in revenues. The first part is if you don't have a product or service that there's a market of people who are willing to pay for it, how long do you think you'll be in business?
Not long.
Not very long. So that's the first stage. Tonight, we're going to be talking about 3 ways to grow your business and make more money while you're doing it. Tonight's webinar, I'm going to be talking a little bit about it, and as well as I have a guest, Gene Bohinski. He was on just a little bit ago in the beginning, and he's going to come back on to talk a little bit about it and really share some things that we both have done with business owners that has helped them be successful in what they're doing now. So let's take a look at what we're talking about. The first thing, you saw a little bit about what I'm doing. And, those of you who may know me, I've got some people on from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I grew up, the Steel City, and welcome. We've got people from, across the country and possibly even the world, but definitely looking forward to talking to you about what we're doing. And, one of the key things is, why should you listen to me? As we mentioned, I did write a book specifically for business owners on running your small business like a pro, and really have expertise in helping people maximize the value of their company, as well as growing revenues, increasing profits, and obtaining financing. So as a business owner, everybody has their journey. Everybody started in a different place, come to a different place. And really where I started back in Pittsburgh is as a paper boy. So, definitely everybody starts somewhere, but it was a great business experience. Definitely as a paper boy, there's some things that you go through, but in any business. And, I like to have a little bit of fun. Many of you may have seen the movie called Better Off Dead. It's a great classic. And if not, one of the big things that happened is throughout the movie, there's a paper boy. And, it's a lot of fun seeing the paper boy and how it goes. So I'm just going to show a real quick video for those of you who haven't seen the movie.
Johnny.
4 weeks. 20 papers, that's $2 plus tip.
Gee, Johnny, I don't have a dime. Sorry.
Didn't ask for a dime. $2.
Well, it's funny. See, my mom had to leave early to take my brother to school and my dad to work because...
$2. Cash.
That movie's a lot of fun. Throughout my life, I've had many businesses, not only the paper route for many years, had a business in college, spent time as a business owner in the real estate business, and then, eventually evolved into my current business, which I've been doing full time for the past 10 plus years as a business owner and entrepreneur. And there's really 3 things about me that people should know. And number 1 is, I'm a builder. I'm like an architect, looking at problems and challenges and figuring out solutions. So, that's one of the key things about me throughout my life. I studied engineering, worked with different businesses and different roles, but really it's about problem solving and developing a structure and a strategy to be successful. And that's how I look at helping business owners as well. Number 2, if anyone knows me, I'm relationship oriented and very good at developing relationships, maintaining relationships. Even with my most important relationship, I've been married for almost 30 years to my wife, Janae, and we've got 2 kids, and successfully, as a family, having a good relationship, as well as with my clients, with my friends. Still have friends from high school, college, business when I was in corporate and other areas, and as an entrepreneur and business owners. And one of the things that's most important in life and in business is your relationships and being able to develop them. And that's one of the key things that I do, and try and help people have access to resources, information. And, if you are in need of something or to connect with someone or whatever, that's one of the things I help people do. So feel free to reach out, and welcome that as well. And then the third thing is being a leader. Leadership is everything in business. As a business owner, you're a leader. That may mean that you may not necessarily be a good leader, but you are a leader. You are the leader of your business. And as a result, the stronger and better leader you become, the more successful you and your business will be. So always, when working with business owners, working with them to help them develop their leadership. Leadership, some of it's innate, but a lot of it is learned over time and can be learned through examples, through working with people, through coaching, through training. And I encourage you as a business owner to see yourself as a leader. Take your leadership development very seriously, because your business can never go any further than you're prepared to take it. So, as a leader, some examples is, in college, I was a regional vice chair for the National Society of Black Engineers. When I graduated college, I served as a U.S. naval officer and did all the business functions for a ship that traveled internationally. After that, I was a manager and executive in corporate America, and then coming out working with entrepreneurs and business owners in the way that I do and other activities. It's all about leadership, and over 30 years of leadership development and experience I bring to the table. So definitely want to continue being a leader, working with people to help them with their leadership skills as well. And a big piece of leadership is learning and developing. And as a business owner, I've been spending a lot of time learning and developing in many ways. So let's take a look. One of the key things that I've developed, and a valuable resource for entrepreneurs and business owners to learn and develop, is the Small Business Pro University, which we launched this year. And actually, if you registered through the site, you actually registered through the Small Business Pro University. So you had a chance to see a little bit about it. But we have courses, activities, groups, information that's valuable for entrepreneurs and business owners. And I invite you to consider joining in. So, with that said, what I want to do is just walk you through a few things and go from there. So, definitely our Small Business Pro University, www.sbprou.com. So what's going on in the current environment? That's really what we're here to talk about, is, how can we be more successful navigating in the current environment? And the first thing is by understanding what's going on now and how to address it. So when you think about it, what's the first thing? You've got the coronavirus, the health crisis that's changing the way that we live. It's changing the way that we do business. It's impacted pretty much everyone on the globe. And as a result, it creates challenges, but it also creates opportunities. But, we've got the health crisis going on. But if that wasn't enough, we've also got a global financial crisis. And it's only going to get worse before it gets better due to what's going on with the health crisis. So, we've got a health crisis, we got a financial crisis, but we don't stop there. We also have a human rights crisis, not only in the US, but in many countries throughout the world. So we've got these three things going on that are creating fundamental change and challenges in the business and personal environment. So with all that going on, it's important to think about how you're going to move forward. What's the best way for you to move forward as a business owner, as an individual, to come out of this successfully and move forward. And to be able to do that, you have to ask yourself some important questions. What are these important questions? The first one is, why are we here? We're here tonight to help you learn about 3 ways that you can grow your business and make more money. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you see yourself and your business moving forward so you can create an enterprise so your business can run without you successfully? I mean, because that's really the goal for a lot of business owners. Maybe it's being on the beach, maybe it's being wherever you want to be, but envisioning where you want to be in the future, where you may be making more money, you have a lot less stress, your business can run without you successfully. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? So think about it. And actually, if you're on the Zoom call, just type it in the chat. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Type it on the chat. Would love to see a little bit about that. Next question is what we're doing here right for you? Are you here in the right place? Should you be here? So you should take a look at 3 things. Either are you looking to survive the crisis, or are you looking to make more money, or do you want to grow your business? If you're looking for one or more of those 3 things, you're in the right place. So definitely this is good. This is a good start to learning some of these things, and there'll be opportunities moving forward to continue to move forward and develop in these areas. So are you looking to survive the crisis? If you are, type that in the chat just to let us know that's what you're looking at. Number 2, are you looking to make money? If you're looking to make money, type make more money in the chat. And number 3, are you looking to grow your business? If you're looking to grow your business, please type that in the chat as well. And I can see that Medina's talking about thriving in the business environment. We've got Kay looking to grow her business. We're looking for we've got Jean looking at the EIDL, or the government financing. So definitely by thinking about what you want to do, if these are things you want to do, you're in the right place. So thank you for joining, and let's get into it a little bit further. So when we look at this, we've got a few things going on. So the first thing is we want to look at why this topic. Okay, we could talk about anything, but why are we choosing this topic? One, because it's timely. We talked about the 3 crises we have, and that it's changing everything, and there's fundamental shifts in personally, business-wise, environmentally, so many things going on. So as a business owner, it's important to look at why we're here. We've got a lot of change going on, but change can create challenges, and many people have challenges, but at the same time, it creates a lot of opportunities. So we're here to talk about how do you overcome the challenges and take advantage of the opportunities as a business owner. And it's key to be able to learn how to do that, understand how you do that. So we're going to talk about 3 different things that you could do to do that. Number 1, one of the key things is trends, looking at trends. What type of trends are out there that you should be aware of? Number 2, reevaluating your business value proposition and what are your strengths and what are your business strengths and personal, and how can you use those to take advantage of some of the trends that are going on and have an opportunity to grow. And number three, you can't do anything if you're not prepared. So we're going to talk a little bit about what type of ways do you need to prepare to be able to take advantage of these types of opportunities. So, so that's really why we're here and why this topic. And when's the best time to do this? Because timing is everything. And the time is right now. The sooner you do this, the more successful you're going to be. There's really three things that outline successful businesses who transition and take advantage of these opportunities. The first one is they're proactive. They're not sitting around waiting around. You know, the old adage, you know, do you want to be the person who wonders what happened? Do you want, or what is it? Do you want to be the person who makes things happen? Do you want to be the person who watches things happen? Or do you want to be the person who wonders what happened? And if you want to be successful and take advantage of these opportunities, you have to be the type of person that makes things happen by being proactive and moving forward in a positive way. Number two, you have to be creative. As a small business owner anyways, you have to be more creative than larger businesses to be successful, but even more so now because there's opportunities to really distinguish your business and take advantage of the opportunities in a creative way, because some of the things that are changing out there are there's new challenges. So there's new problems, there's new needs, there's new wants that people have in the marketplace, and not all of them are being satisfied. So, you know, one, these changes in demand, how are they impacting your current business the way it is? Is it positive for your current business? Is it negative for your current business? But not only that, once you have that, you know, what are some other trends that you can take advantage of? So now's the time to really look at, you know, being proactive. You got to be flexible. You know, things are going to change and you have to be flexible to respond to those changes in your actions, in your delivery. So, you know, really want to be proactive. You need to be flexible. And, you know, at the end of the day, those are two of the key things that you need to do. And now's the time, because if you're proactive now, that's going to put you in a better position. And many of the people I've seen and worked with who are successful and actually doing better now than they were doing when the crisis started, they were very proactive from day one, you know, moving forward, thinking about what they were going to do, planning for different scenarios, and adjusting their business model, strengthening their relationships with their clients. So right now, you need to be doing that and thinking about it. And you can't always do that yourself, and it's important to get help, but you have to take the initiative in whatever you're doing. So now's the time to do it. So now, a few questions. For you, is the current business environment changing and challenging? So if you can, put in the chat, if you think the current business environment is challenging, just type yes real quick, so that we can know and you can share, you know, what's going on and how you're finding it. Number two, are you seeking opportunities? You know, in this environment, as a business owner, are you seeking opportunities? If you are, just please type yes in the chat as well. And I see that, you know, we've got people looking to seek opportunities and really be able to take advantage of. Kay, you see it's challenging. Andy, thanks for, you know, yes, you're looking for those. So great. So what else? You know, we've got, what else do we have going on? You also got, as a business owner, Are you looking to thrive, or do you just want to survive? Do you just want to scrape by and make it through the crisis, or do you really want your business to thrive? So if you want to just survive and make it, that's one thing. But if you want to thrive, type thrive into the chat. Definitely thrive. I see Kay, Medina, making sure that you're thriving. And that's what tonight's all about. This is one of the first steps in being able to thrive and be more successful in your business, so that we want you to come out stronger and better than you came into it. And it's doable. You know, it takes some work, it takes some understanding, it takes some help, but it's definitely possible, regardless the type of business and what you're doing, to come out of it strong and then set yourself up to be even stronger in the future. So that's, you know, what we're going to be talking a little bit about today. And then, are you up to the challenge? Do you feel that you're up to the challenge? Are you ready? So, you know, this is your mission. Are you going to accept your top secret mission of figuring out how to be, you know, how to thrive in this environment? So should you choose to accept, there's resources, support, and will provide valuable things to be able to help you in that endeavor. But, you know, the first thing is, if you don't feel you're up to the challenge, you're not going to be up to the challenge. So it's good to see that we've got people up to the challenge. And if you feel you're up to the challenge, just type ready in the chat, and you know, that you're ready to do it. You're willing to make a proactive effort, and you are committed to success and the ability for your business to thrive. So, you know, being up to the challenge is key. And finally, would you benefit from more resources? You know, there's things that are available out there for entrepreneurs and small business owners. And many small business owners don't take advantage of a lot of the resources that are available through them for free, for low cost. But even if you're paying, it's important to get what you need, and it can be very valuable. You know, I've got people that I have working with me that I've hired, because sometimes you need to bring on the expertise, the support, and, you know, you can't grow by doing everything yourself. So figuring out the different resources you need to be able to move your business forward so you can thrive and not just survive. And then finally, you know, what we're going to do on this webinar is we're going to talk a little bit more about learning, you know, about what's going on and about the 3 ways that you can thrive and not just survive with your business. And at the end, we're going to have an opportunity for you to continue forward and learn more and develop more, and really help you develop your strategies for how you're going to do it. Because it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to do the research. And it's another thing to put together, figure out the strategies. And that's not easy for a lot of business owners. So there's ways that we can help you and do it with you through the process and guide you, because that's what a lot of business owners need. So we're going to provide an opportunity to take the next step with a valuable offer that you're not going to miss. You're not going to want to miss. And we're going to share that at the end of the presentation. So we're going to talk about learning to thrive, you know, with your business. You know, learning to thrive and move forward is key to success. So before we do that, I just want to share a little bit about how some people that that I've worked with have been able to successfully you know, move their business forward and thrive in different environments. So let's take a look here, and you know, let me know what you think. So here we go.
he's very concerned with making sure that I understand, what's going on. He's very easygoing. He's an excellent listener, and he has very high standards and expectations. So I always take his feedback I take his feedback to heart, because he's not going to tell you that was great if it wasn't. He's going to tell you, okay, well, you could do this, or you could do that, or this is how you can improve upon it. And that's what you need in business coaching. You don't need somebody just to, yeah. You need someone that's going to tell you how to get things done, how to move your business forward, how you can run your business like a pro.
I got to say, I'm glad I trusted you with your plan, because and I like the plan. But we are, there's no guarantees, and it is a journey, but we're getting there, and we're making real solid progress. And I'm very pleased with where we are right now, where we're positioned, and where we're going.
I thought it was great, good practical information that is good for both entrepreneurs or budding entrepreneurs. Andrew breaks it down in a very understandable way, very complex information in a very understandable way, and something that you can utilize towards whatever you're doing, even if you're working in corporate America.
Andrew Frazier is awesome. He actually is my business coach through Rising Tide Capital. So he did invite me out to the breakfast today. He thought it would be a good opportunity for me to be able to meet some great people in business and be able to network. He is amazing. He's helped me to grow my business in a short amount of time that he and I have been actually working together. So I'm definitely a big fan of Andrew.
Speaking as a business owner for approximately 20 plus years now, there's always something to be learned, and that's taught every day in business. My wife and I, who own Nubian Flavor Restaurant, learn about business on a daily basis, and because of Mr. Andrew Frazier, we're learning how to reinvent our business and how to grow our business.
So, that's just a little bit of some people that we've worked with and, help them to move forward. And that's really what we're talking about tonight is, what do you need to move forward and create the level of success coming out of this crisis that you desire to have. So, to that end, let's go into a little detail about, so what is the key to creating the creating the level of success and being able to thrive and not just survive in this environment. So let's take a look. So the first thing that is key is to really understand, like we talked about, just because there are challenges now, when there's great challenges, there's great opportunities. So taking advantage of those opportunities, but how do you find the opportunities? How do you determine which ones are right for you? And that's one of the things that's different for every business and every entrepreneur. And it takes a little bit of work to figure that. How do you figure out where your business is, where you want to take it? What's your strategy? What's your plan? But understanding that challenges bring opportunity, and you already said that you're up to the challenge, and accepted your mission. So your mission is to figure out what opportunities are there for you and how you can take advantage of them. So let's talk a little bit about it. The first thing we talked about was you have to recognize the new trends in business. There's some trends that are going to be permanent. There's fundamental shifts in the way people live, in the way business is going to be done going forward. So understanding those trends and recognize them is important so that you can figure out how you can effectively work with them in a way to thrive and grow your business. But not only that, you also have to recognize that there's some trends that are temporary. they may not, persist throughout the end of the crisis or beyond the crisis, but they are a reality now, and figuring out how can I take advantage of them, or how can I keep them from negatively impacting my business. So looking at recognizing the trends and paying close attention to them. We've got trends in key areas. On the home front, I'm sure everybody, something different about your home front, the way you live, the family, the people you interact with is different. Not only just are you seeing them less in person, maybe doing more virtual things, but there's a lot of things going on in the home front, and seeing where there's opportunities. There's many businesses that have made some adjustments to that. Second, on the work front, what's going on the work front? Some businesses stayed open, some businesses did not. There's going to be a much bigger focus on, health and safety in the workplace. What do businesses that are opening up need? So a lot of trends in the work front, and, what can you do to take advantage of and create value and opportunities for yourself as a business owner? Everybody knows there's changes in health and safety. Everybody's thinking about health and safety in a new way. So how can, what ways can you add value, or do you think that looking at the needs and the wants and the desires in health and safety and how they're changing, is there opportunity for you there? So looking at the trends can help you do that. And then finally, information and analysis. We're in the digital age. This crisis has just accelerated. So data, information, analysis, even more important than ever before. So what can are there opportunities in there for solving problems, to creating solutions within the space of information and analysis? So recognizing the trends, understanding the trends is one of the key things you need to do. But not only that, just because you know the trends, you got to figure out, well, what do I do with it? I know the trends, I know this is going on. How do I take advantage of it? And really looking at what may be new revenue opportunities, or revenue opportunities that are along the lines of what you're already doing, that may not be new, but there's opportunities in doing it a different way for different people at a different scale and level. So exploring new revenue opportunities is important. And what that is really consists of looking at your personal strengths. What do you bring to the table? Also, what are your business's strengths? What does your business bring to the table? And then matching those with key trends to really figure out where the opportunity is to grow the revenue. So really figuring out how to unlock your potential. And then finally, before you can grow your business, you have to be prepared to grow, because many businesses go out of business because they grew too fast, just like they can go out of business because they didn't sell enough. So before you start growing, you need to have a plan, you need to have the structure, you need to think it through, and looking at how are you going to prepare your business for growth. And key ways is really looking at it like a Boy Scout. You want to be prepared, you want to have everything you can ready, prepared, and of course there's going to be things that you don't know and things that are going to happen that are different. But if you have a plan and you've planned out what you're going to do, it's a lot easier to understand what's going on and figure out ways to be able to move forward and prepare. Not only planning, you need to market more so than ever before, and in different ways. So marketing is critical. Do you have what it takes, and do you have what you need in place to be able to market effectively in this environment? Plus, if you market effectively and you sell a whole lot, do you have the capacity to deliver on your promises? So you don't want to think about that after you have all the sales. You need to be thinking that as part of your plan going in is, we're going to develop this plan. we're going to market effectively, our sales are going to go up, we have a strategy for being able to deliver upon the additional sales. And not only that, you need to set up a way to track what's happening and how well things are going, how your business is responding. And by tracking, it gives you feedback real time so that you can make decisions and make adjustments to make sure that you're successful. And that's really what running your business like a pro is. And that's, my book and what I focus on is running your business more professionally so that you can be more successful, you can make more money, it's less stressful, and you can create the business that you always wanted. So being prepared is key. So really it's about, those three things. At least the first steps are those three things. So the first one is trends. The second one is looking at your strengths and opportunities. And the third one is preparing. So that's really key information on what we've got. Want to talk to you a little bit about, we talked about an offer to help you be able to do that more successfully and more effectively. And what we put together is a Learn to Thrive one-day intensive session where you spend a day with us to really learn these things, do some research, develop your an understanding of the trends that are affecting your business, of your strengths and how they interact with the trends, and learning how prepared you are to be successful. And you'd be spending the day with myself as well as Gene Bohinski, who introduced us at the beginning. But I just want him to come on for a few minutes to talk a little bit about, the session, what's important, and share some things that could be of value. Hey, Gene, how you doing?
Hey, great.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew, for inviting me on. Really what this whole program is about is really helping to transform your business by first going through those three steps, learning how to look at the trends and apply them to your own business. And then later on, these other steps from there, once you learn and understand how to apply those trends, then you can talk about the next step, which is to explore those trends and how they relate to your opportunities and your potential opportunities. And then from there, the next step is preparing your business. But to begin with, I want to talk a little bit about trends, because this is a topic that kind of excites me a little bit, and something that both Andrew and I have really helped a lot of our clients through. And this is a unique time. I mean, we all know, we're all talking about the virus every day, and most of the time we're talking about it negatively. But I think you have to think about this whole time that we're in a little bit differently. This has to be seen as a real driver of tremendous explosive change. There are things that are happening now that are happening so fast that in the old world before the virus, we might have thought it would take years to happen. Right now, it's taking months. The way people live and work, what people are doing in their businesses are forcing rapid change and development, and mostly positive development for many businesses. So I think the first step going in is looking at this thing positively. How can this positively affect my business? What are the things that we can look at? What are the changes that have come upon me that I can use as an example? One of the things that we're going to be doing in this full day workshop is spending a lot more time building and discussing these trends and helping you, apply them to your business. And I'll give you an example of some of the people that have adjusted to this change. One was an owner of a fitness club. He was a private owner of a fitness club and was afraid that he would lose all of his clients. So what he did is he quickly developed programs, online fitness training programs for his clients. And he was able to keep all of his clients. So he didn't lose any business. In a meeting with him, we discussed the possibility of expanding that program, of just focusing on the online portion and getting clients outside of his town, it's outside of his area. Once he was able to see this, he realized, wow, I could use this as a way to catapult my growth for the future. I can actually grow more now. I have the potential to reach not just the people who are close to my location, but I have the potential to reach everybody. I have another example of a lady that runs a whole bunch of co-working spaces. Now, the co-working space industry is going through a lot of change because a lot of times they were selling those desks, those hot desks, and they were all packed in. Well, it turns out that the actual demand for these spaces was probably even grow because more people who don't want to go into the office just don't want to stay home either. So there'll be a market for this. And she was able to turn it around by moving her model where she would pay rent to a landlord to just a licensing model. And she went from having this heavy burden of rent and employees taking care of all these spaces, actually forming a more profitable business for herself by forgetting about the rent and just licensing the idea and her model and her system for reservations and license that out to the people instead. It was less work for her and more profit. I have another case where someone doing home insulation was able to add a location disinfection service, which is all the rage now. People want to bring in people to come in and disinfect the location. He was able to add a new customer base and a whole new service offering to his business that can catapult him to growth. So all of these people had very, when we were working with them at the beginning, all of them were afraid about what would happen to their business. All of them were panicking. All of them didn't understand what would happen. And indeed, all of us are in front of that. We're in front of a future that is uncertain. But what you can do for yourself with help, this is very important. You need help with this. You need help to move through this process to look at your existing business and understand how those trends affect the business. As Andrew mentioned, there are trends that really affect 4 major categories. And in this day event, we're going to spend a lot more time on these categories, but I just want to go over them briefly to explain how they're going to affect people. The first one is on the home front. More people are working from home. So there's a lot of trends that's supporting people at home. People are going to want to invest more money in their homes. People want to upgrade their technology or maybe upgrade their insulation or do more home projects, landscaping projects, anything to focus more on the home. And as a result, there's a whole bunch of opportunities for businesses that can reach out to those homeowners and tap into that new market for services. Second is on the home front. There's all types of new services to help business owners at their workplaces. I mentioned a little bit about cleaning services, but there's other services, there's technology services that can be provided. There's delivery services that can be provided, and other services, maybe even to help people get new employees in these difficult times. All kinds of new services on the home front. On the health and safety front, there's a ton of things going on. I think a lot of the way we approach hygiene and cleanliness have changed forever, right? I don't think we're ever going to go back to shaking hands. I think we're all going to be very cautious about washing our hands, and we're probably going to be wearing masks for a long time. But in that is a whole bunch of other types of products and services that can be provided. One of my clients is an industrial distributor, and he pivoted quickly to selling all kinds of masks and safety-related items. He was very afraid of his business, but we just checked his profits, and his profits are up. He's making more money now and selling more to more customers now than he ever did. And that's a 10-year-old business. Pretty hard to do that. But he was able to pivot in just a few months, right? The next step is really information and analysis. There's all types of services to provide to help customers or help clients and business owners understand their businesses through information. But I'm going to go one step further. If you have a business, you should be watching trends in your business by information. Which products or services are selling more now than before? Which should you discontinue? What are the businesses that you shouldn't be in anymore, right? What are the things you're going to have to cut off? Now, I was with a client just the other day who admitted to me that they had two arms of the business, and for too long, they were using the profits of one side of the business to prop up the other side of the business, and they were overall just breaking even. If they had just stopped that other business activity and focused on what was growing, they would be much better off. These are the type of things that you're going to have to be thinking about going forward. And in our full day program, we're going to give you the ability to process that information, to help you think about those things, and to help take you through a process that brings you more clarity and hopefully gets you some actionable goals and actionable steps that you can provide in your business. And with that, I want to hand it back to Andrew, who's going to take and describe the next phases of the program and also help you stimulate your ideas in your head on what's possible and what's positive going forward.
Okay. Gene, thank you much. Definitely look forward to doing the one-day intensive training with you. We're actually going to be doing it next Thursday,
right,
10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So definitely it's going to be an opportunity to really learn some key things about how you can thrive in the current environment and set yourself up and your business up for future growth. As Gene talked about, there's a lot of examples of businesses that are going to come out of this situation way better than when they came in. But what it took was being proactive. It took being flexible, and it took being creative. And one thing that also it took is they didn't do it by themselves. They got help. They collaborated with people, and that collaboration and that learning and that research, along with being flexible, along with being proactive, and along with being creative, allowed them to make the shift into the right way so that they could follow the trends and use their strengths.
Yeah, Andrew, I want to just add to that, you know, of all the things that I've learned coaching is that you can't move confidently through these big changes without help, because you need a sounding board. You need people to talk to make sure that you know what you're doing is the right thing. You need a sanity check. You don't want to go and make a decision, the wrong decision. And Lord knows we've both seen business owners that have done that, and many have told us the stories of decisions that they've made in a vacuum, thinking, okay, I'm going to do this because they thought they had to do something. This is really the time to think about it, but also to make sure you get the right help. I think that's key here.
Yes, no, that's definitely key. And, you know, we've talked about, you know, what's going on here. So now let's talk about the opportunity that we're providing for business owners and entrepreneurs to really, you know, move forward and prepare themselves to be successful in this area. So as everybody knows, we talked about the challenge. Businesses are closed, businesses is being done differently. But by making changes and pivots, you can take advantage of this opportunity. And, you know, that's really what we're here to help you learn how to do. So the one-day Learn to Thrive Intensive is going to be next Thursday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we're going to talk a little bit about special offer that we're going to make available, recognizing that this is a challenging time for many business owners. So really making it affordable. We're committed to helping business owners be more successful and providing resources, information, knowledge, and helping you learn to thrive. One of the key things of learning how to thrive is analyzing new business trends. So that's a component, and in the one day, as well as exercises, you're going to analyze new business trends and figure out which ones apply to your business and which ones might be opportunities for your business moving forward. But not only that, you're going to have a growth readiness assessment. We're going to talk about growing your business and looking at how prepared is your business for growth? What are the things you need to do? And really using the assessment to figure out so you know specifically what you need to do so that your business is able to grow in this environment. But not only that, the third thing it includes is a small business survival toolkit, because we recognize that some of you are struggling right now and need some information about how to survive and make it through certain challenges that you're facing. So if you're in that position, we wanted to make available key things that you need to know and do to be able to survive in this environment, because before you can thrive, you have to survive. So wanted to make that available to you as part of the package. And, we talked a little bit about loans and grants, and really we're going to provide, crisis loan and grant opportunity guide. So information about how you can access the CARES Act and other loans and grants out there for you. And we're going to continue to update it because there's different things that are coming out daily, weekly, monthly, and there's going to continue to be new programs, not only national and not only statewide, but there's local and different organizations and businesses are providing stuff. So we want to keep that available, current and available to you. What you need to do to develop your new revenue streams and have a checklist for that and go through that with you. All these things together is way more than a $750 investment. And we're going to make that available to you at a special deal for participating tonight. We're going to do it for $147, total value of more than $750 for only $147 is a great deal. Plus you'll get to spend 6 hours with myself and Jean, who we've worked with a lot of these businesses and helped them be successful. And we can do that as well for you, helping you to have greater perspective and be more successful, growing your business and thriving. So at the end of the day, are you worth it? If all this did for you was just helped you survive the crisis, would that be worth $147? If all this did for you was help you increase your profit, not only this year, but long into the future, would that be worth $147? Is my business growth and my business success in the future worth it to me? Register now, and you can register at www.thriveintensive.com. So once again, www.thriveintensive.com. Because you're joining us tonight, we have a special bonus. So not only will you get the one-day training and all the other things we mentioned before, you're going to get a copy of my audio book and more.